Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we interview Antonio Motta from Bom Dia Brazilian Bubbles. Hey, welcome back. Aaron here, and I am joined by Joel and Colin, two of the best, very specific wine podcast hosts that I know. Guys, I'm excited. We have a wine that we have never had before today.
Well, I mean, we've all had sparkling wine from a country we've never had
here
wine.
Here it comes.
So there it is, right off the bat, giving me a hard time.
Technically,
I mean, we've all had sparkling wrong. Am I wrong?
Of course.
No, I'm sorry. Actually, we've never had
what you meant.
Brazilian sparkling
Absolutely.
wine.
I've never had
before.
any wine from Brazil, so I'm super excited about that.
Well, there you go.
Awesome.
And we are excited because we are joined today by the winemaker himself. We are joined by Antonio Motta, founder and COO of Bom Dia Brazilian Bubbles. Antonio founded Bom Dia to showcase the full potential of Brazilian sparkling wines in a fun, high quality, and approachable way. Three things that we very much appreciate on this show. Antonio, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure being here
Yeah.
and tell a little bit about history of Brazilian wine.
Yeah, we are excited to hear about it. And right off the bat, I'll just share a little story, Antonio. So we had a little bit of an issue. Antonio was kind enough to send the wine down to Orlando, and then he and I are both in New York City area, and we kind of
It was crazy.
we just couldn't make a connection. So I was like, hey, no worries. There's this new cool wine shop in Penn Station that is one of the places in the city that carries Bom Dia. So I'll swing in on my way home and I'll grab the stuff. And so, Antonio, I walked in today and I grabbed the bottle, and man, your reputation precedes you. I put it up on the counter, and the gentleman there was like, have you had this yet? It's amazing. And I was like, I tried it, but we're excited to have it tonight. And I was like, we're actually interviewing the winemaker tonight. And the guy, I didn't know at the moment, but I was talking to the owner. His name's David Bruno. He says hi. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I know Antonio. He's great. He's here all the time. So we chatted up and talked about the podcast. And I just love it. I love the wine world, and it's such a small world. And I've never put a wine on a counter before and had the person working there being like, that's awesome. So right off the bat, I was really excited.
No, yeah, he was one of the first guys that approached us. I left some cans around the city, and he was one of the first guys that write me an email. Actually, he contacted me but through Instagram. I cannot find your telephone. How can I buy your wine? He was
Yeah.
he is very enthusiastic about Brazil. So he really liked it, enjoying the wine.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
cool.
So
Brilliant
you were
marketing,
just going,
by the way, too.
Yeah, you were just going around the city handing out wine cans to people.
I mean, not Kenya, because it's so tough. Because here in New York is the only state that we do self distribution. So what does it mean is that it's pretty much me going all around the stores, walking. I would say my range is 12 kilometers a day, walking store by store to store, metro, and all this kind of stuff, and trying to get buyers to try the wine with me, or just leaving samples or sales sheets and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's why I go all around. I've been we launched here in April. I already been to 236 stores.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
God.
Good for
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
you call hustle. My goodness.
You're gonna have to keep those worn out sneakers by the end and put them up on your up on your
Yeah,
shelf
good idea.
as a memento.
Good idea. Yeah, but and you can only do this in New York, I guess. Maybe Chicago, I don't know, but in New York, you
Yeah.
have every block you have one liquor shop. So it's the other
We have a
places
lot of booze.
yeah,
It's all
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, so I mean, let's go back to the beginning. So, how did you first get into wine, and what led you to co-founding Bom Dia?
Okay, I started into wine. I was always an enthusiast with wine, and then when COVID hits, I sold another company that doesn't have anything to do with wine in 2019. We used to do lanyards and badge IDs. So I continue as a board member, but then COVID hits and the revenue of this company fell off 85%. The
When no
right
one
moment,
needs lanyards
yeah,
from their home.
exactly, exactly.
Oh,
So I was at home doing pretty much nothing. So I started to study more and more about wine. And I did a course like from James Suckling, the one that they have on Masterclass, like
I've done that one.
super, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, super easy, like it's super. But I really like, and then I start to get together with like two other couple of friends, and we start like to rating the wines and there's all this kind of stuff. And I saw, oh my God, like maybe there's an opportunity now. I'm not doing anything. Everybody's drinking more. Like in Brazil,
Yeah.
I used to live in Brazil, where
Uh-huh.
during pandemic. So like I'm Brazilian, so I used to live there. I moved
Mm-hmm.
here 2022. So then I started like a company to sell wine in Brazil, like a store. In Brazil is way easier. Like it's not like here. They need to have like all the licenses. Like I can be an importer and sell straight to the final customer if I want.
Gotcha.
So I love a store that is works just through Instagram and WhatsApp, and it's called
Mm-hmm.
Five Wine List. So why Five Wine List? Because it's five wines every week. We do like we select like five wines from a determined region or like a country or like a grape or I don't know, like we did like all the lists possible with five wines. Like
Mhm.
we are now on the 255 list.
Wow.
So
Wow, it's a lot of
we
lists.
already, yeah, we
It's a
already
lot of wine.
repeated, like we did a lot of
It's a lot
stuff.
of wine.
So, and then like when I started in the wine industry, like, so we opened like after like 4 or 5 months, we decided to open like a physical shop. So we have
Mm-hmm.
like in São Paulo and we still have the store there. Then when I moved to the US into 2022, I already had like two partners there on the five wine list.
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved here, I wanted like to do something with wine here too, because I was like making money in reais and spending in dollars, and reais is like
Mm-hmm.
six
Hmm.
reais is $1. So I need
Gotcha.
to make money in dollar at some point, like
Sure.
it was not like the day was not like working. So like I started to go like to Napa and to all this events around like the US, like James
Mm-hmm.
Suckling events, like other wine enthusiast events, like Napa Valley to visit some wineries. And in Napa, I set a deal with three wineries. So Silver Oak, Chateau Montelina, and Amici.
Nice.
Ooh,
And
We
we
just
okay.
we
started.
just did Amici last week, or
Oh,
it's
really?
Yeah.
or,
Who
or
you interviewed?
oh no, we just tried one of their wines. We
Ah, okay,
didn't,
okay, 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 okay,
that's just
okay.
funny timing.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So, and then we started to import exclusively to Brazil their wines. And then I was like in a in an event in I think in Miami,
Mm.
and my now partner in Bom Dia, it's American. He lives in Colorado, and he at the time he had a distillery. This is
Hmm.
2022, I guess. So he had a distillery, and he was trying to sell mezcal to me because I was like wandering around, like figuring out what I'm gonna do. So I was open to everything. So
Sure.
I was talking to him like telling that I'm from Brazil, and he told me, "Oh, I used to be a winemaker in Napa like 10 years ago." And I thought, "Oh, Brazil produces really good wines." And he told me, "Whoa, I don't know that Brazil produces wine, like."
Yeah.
So I told him, "Yeah, yeah, really good wine. Do you think like we can do something with Brazilian wine?" And he told me, "Yeah, definitely. Like, let's do something." And then I brought some samples to him from Brazil, and he tried, and he said, "Oh my God, this is amazing! Like, we definitely have something
Nice.
to hear." And then when it started the whole idea of Bom Dia. So we hired like a branding agents, one of the top branding agents of alcohol in the US, that is in Boulder. And we just started like to figure out like what is gonna be like we didn't have the name so yet. Like we were like figuring out like let's do a private brand, like let's go to Brazil, figure out our blend, and then like let's do a brand of ourselves, like that is focused like for consumers outside Brazil.
Mm.
We sell in Brazil too.
Mm-hmm.
We launched there first, but we did the whole branding thinking about exporting.
Mm.
Gotcha.
But like Brazil is a really good market for us now, like with the bottles, not the cans, but like, and that's like where and when we started the whole idea.
That's
Amazing.
That's
awesome.
so cool.
Very cool.
It's such a great brand. It just feels fun, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of sparkling wine can be stuffy for
Exactly.
something that's supposed to be celebratory a lot of the time. So the fact,
Exactly.
this makes me want to just even the bottle, just take the bottle off the shelf and pop it. So for us non-Portuguese speakers, what does Bom Dia mean? And then can you just go a little bit deeper into kind of how you thought about the brand as you were creating it?
Of course. So Bom Dia means there are two meanings. Like Bom Dia, if you take the words, is like good day. Bom is good, and Dia is day. So this is good day, but it's also good morning. Like whenever you like in Brazil, like if you're gonna say good morning to someone, you're gonna say Bom Dia. So it means both. So this makes a lot of sense. And the other thing that we thought when we were creating is that it's easy for any language to say bon dia. Like anyone can say bon dia. Like there's not a
Sure.
lot of consonants. Like there's like it's easy. So we wanted something that was easy to everybody to say and like and also like represents like a good day, like so this is a good day, it's a
Yeah.
fun day. So that's why like the name comes like this. And then like if you see like below we have like Brazilian bubbles. And why the Brazilian
Yeah.
So
bubbles?
good. Hmm.
Because Brazil is the third largest producer of sparkling wine in the Southern Hemisphere, and people don't even know that Brazil produces wine.
Yeah.
I have no idea. You're blowing
So,
my mind right now.
yeah. And the thing is, like, most of the wines like stays in Brazil. We don't consume a lot of wine in Brazil, but mostly what we consume is like from Brazil. It's like 2.8 liters per capita. Is like US is 23, Portugal
Yeah.
55,
Sure.
like so when we came with the Brazilian bubbles, it's because like we don't have a category like for Brazilian sparkling wine here. You have champagne, you have prosecco, you have cava. So the big dream is like create this category like Brazilian bubbles. So Bom Dia is Brazilian bubbles. Like so whenever like in 10 years from now you go to a wine shop, you're gonna have like prosecco, champagne, cava, and Brazilian bubbles. Hopefully
Nice.
bigger than the other ones. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
even just
Sure.
calling it bubbles is fun, right? Like it just
Yeah.
fits. Everything fits so nicely with the
Exactly.
brand. I think you guys absolutely nailed it.
Well, especially too when
Yeah.
you're putting it in a can too. Like I can't,
Genius.
I love that having a good product and then putting it in a can and making the label so cool. I mean, it's gonna sell itself.
Yeah, like the thing is like can like is the only category of wines, sparkling can wine is the only category that is growing in the US. And not just that, you wanted something like because the sparkling wines are the same like for 200 years,
Yeah.
rectangular label, like cork, like
Totally.
everything the same. So we wanted to do something different that to be like more approachable, more easy. Like even the bottle, like you see, like it's all colorful. So we wanted that because it was a category that was stuck in time. Like, and it was pretty much like my partner. He when he launched his brewery, like it was a crafty brewery from Colorado. Also, like the beers, like 30 years ago, was all the same. Now you go to the
Right.
beer shelves, it's crazy. Like all this
Right.
colorful, different. Like so, I don't know. Like maybe it's something that can help with wine, like to move more. Like like maybe it's something
Totally.
that can become a trend or something like this. I don't know.
No, it's super
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I know when I met Antonio at the Sip of South America event for wine enthusiasts, and just like it was so funny talking to people when people brought up, everyone's talking about different South American wine. They were like, "Oh, well, if you're gonna try sparkling, you got to go over to the Brazil." Like, 'cause I think there were a couple Brazil sparkling wines there, and they were like, "Because Brazil's known for their sparkling wines," and I'm like, "What?"
Brazil is
Of
no.
course.
I was like, "Huh? Huh?" But like all the South American tables, like all these people from all these South American countries, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, Brazil's known for their sparkling wine." You're like,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. But we are also doing like a really good like white and red. You probably try some there on Sips of America.
mm-hmm.
Like we're doing like some really good stuff.
And where, Antonio, as we're about to start drinking this wine here too, where
Mhm.
where are your grapes grown
Okay,
specifically?
the are grown in the southest part of Brazil, so cold as it can get, like
Ah,
almost border
interesting.
with Uruguay. Almost border with
Gotcha.
Uruguay. I would say that it's like 2 hour drive from Uruguay, so it's very, very like in the border. So the coldest it can get, like there. So Chardonnay with Pinot Noir, it's the perfect latitude, like to grow in Chardonnay and Pinot Noir,
Yeah.
like the same as Champagne, like but on the south.
Awesome.
And that's why we choose there. Like it is like a good acidity, like a very balanced wine. So we choose grapes from there, and then we do the fermentation and the vinification, and everything in Bento Gonçalves. That is the main wine region in Brazil.
Gotcha.
Very
And
cool.
us being kind of unfamiliar, obviously we're learning just about sparkling wine from Brazil. Can you share a little bit about just what just kind of the environment, some of the challenges maybe, or maybe some of the things about the, the climate. And I know you mentioned the latitude being on the perfect line. Anything else about where it's grown that kind of lends itself or makes it challenging to grow grapes there?
Yeah, I mean, where is it right now? Like on the down south, it is difficult, obviously. Like, but like it's not that difficult, like because
Yeah,
there are people like growing grapes in the northeast of Brazil,
sure.
and there it's so hot that they have like two harvests a year, which is crazy,
Oh
Like,
wow, that is
yeah,
that's
yeah.
wild.
Wow.
So down south, like you pretty much has the same like problems that you're gonna have like in Europe. Like, oh, sometimes it can freeze, not freeze because not that's gonna snow a lot, like Chablis or something like this, but it definitely can like freeze the grapes. Like you need to like
Sure.
take care with that, and also you need to whenever you're like close to harvest, uh, rains like storms like can also damage a little bit. But it's pretty much like the same difficulties that you can have like in any other like most known region. Let's say that.
So, I mean, I know you kind of talked about this a little bit with, the New York and your footwork around the city
Yeah.
trying to find vendors. And by the way, I should have mentioned earlier the new wine store in Penn Station is called Penn Cellars. And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean,
Absolutely.
what great luck, making that connection. 'Cause it's like one of the highest foot traffic places in America. Just, Penn Station. I think
Yeah.
it's like 1,100 people move through that place every minute or something nuts like that. But like, how has your experience been so far with wine shops and like sommeliers and just your average drinkers? Like, how has their response been to your wine?
Yeah. I mean, the response is like really amazing because most of the people like I would say like 90% of the time never drank any Brazilian wine. So, and they don't really know what to expect. So whenever they
Sure.
try and see that, oh, this is good, like they are like surprised at the same time, like amazed, like so it's pretty much like a good experience. But there's also like some people that don't even want to try. Like, oh no, Brazil, no, I don't have like a Brazilian community here. No, I don't have a Brazilian customer in
Sure.
my and we're not selling for Brazilians, like we're selling for anyone.
Right.
Right.
Like
They're
and
just
Anyone
trying
pretty
to
that can
sell
much
drink
some
like
this. Yeah.
sparkling wine.
Like
yeah, pretty much from
Brazilians aren't like
non-Brazilians.
looking for this. Like, like that's not.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're selling for everyone, but like there are some people like I'll say like here in New York, it's easier like whenever you go like Brooklyn, Astoria, like around Manhattan, but like it's easy to get like a placement outside of Manhattan, and then like but there's some stores like Penn Station, David was like super welcome. Like, and we have like a lot of stores in Manhattan now. Like, but I don't know if it's because people are seeing us, like people are looking for us because they live in Brooklyn, but they work in the city, and then they like come back and try to find out, and they don't see on the stores now. So it's getting easier and easier, like with time, like. But on the like beginning like April was very difficult to get placements in Manhattan, but now it's getting like easier.
That's great. I mean, that means people are loving the products. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And those Psalms can be
Hopefully.
so stuck up in the city. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
if it's not exactly what they want, they're like, no, I'm not. I don't want to try
Exactly,
that.
exactly. And I mean, there's some stores that just sell like European wines, and then that makes sense. I'm not gonna like, even
Sure.
present to them like, but there are
Sure.
some people that they don't like even want to try, and there's some people that like they are like just like I don't know, like people, and there's something like that also changed. Like whenever you went into when I started like April, it was like cold here still. Even
Yeah.
May was
Mm.
cold here. Like the winter this year was like horrible. So this changed a lot. Like whenever it's sun outside, like you get inside the store, like the buyer's happy, like
Sure.
if
Yeah.
it's cold, like no one's like if it's raining, like it's a totally different experience. Like so
Sure.
there's some stores
Yeah.
that I need to go like I don't know 5, 6 times like at least to meet the buyer and then like
Yeah.
you need to be persistent.
Gotcha.
Totally.
For sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm super excited about this wine. I have tried a little bit. I'm excited to talk about it more. But Antonio, what are you excited about either with Bom Dia or Brazilian sparkling wine in general?
I think like Bom Dia and like Brazilian sparkling wine in general are like alive, like you can see like the tropicalities on it. Like we wanted to bring this like to the branding, to the labels, but we also like wanted so much to be on the liquid. So people would drink and say, "Oh, this is Brazil. This is tropical. I feel like you're gonna feel it's crispy, like pineapple, passion fruit." And like all of this with 12% of alcohol and 9 grams of sugar. So it's still on the brut category, but there's like a little fruity forward finish, like because we wanted this tropicality like to be in the drink, like so people can say, oh, this is Brazil, like this is because people have something with Brazil, like they don't know exactly what happens in Brazil. They're all this mystique about Brazil, like, oh, carnival, what people do in the streets there. Like people have like all these ideas, like it's a regular country, like. But anyways,
No, it's a
we want
sexy country.
to, yeah, exactly. It's a
It's a,
sexy country for
it's
sure.
a
Yeah,
se-
for sure. And so like we wanted to bring like this, like all this on the labels and also in the on the liquid that people say, oh, this is like fun.
It's awesome.
Totally. Yeah,
Mission
that comes
accomplished.
across so clearly. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
I don't want to hold
Awesome.
us up too much longer from actually getting into this wine too, because I'm very, very excited about it. Just a couple of quick hot takes for you, Antonio.
Okay, go.
All right. So, favorite cheap wine. We all have one. What's yours?
Mine is no curfew. I don't know if you guys ever try it, but it's like
Oh
I think
yes,
so.
no curfew.
no
I know.
curfew
I
is
can.
like the lowest range of Amici. For
Oh,
me, like
really?
it's yeah, yeah. They have like no curfew, Olima, and then Amici.
Huh.
And no curfew for me, like no curfew red blend or cab is really, really good.
I can
Okay.
see the no curfew label in my head.
Yeah.
It's the circle with the line through it, right?
Exactly, exactly. The circle with the line. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's difficult to
Funny.
find. Like we don't. I mean, I already seen some stores in New York, but it's not like so easy to find around.
And then just, my last question here for you too. Is there any kind of, a type of wine or maybe a wine trend or something that you think is super overrated you would like to see maybe go away?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say like Sauvignon Blanc with jalapenos. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Because this
no,
is
the
like
fair
this is
answer.
trending right now. I didn't try yet, but
Yeah.
this is trending everywhere now. But like,
Yes.
there's some brands that I know. I don't know. Like in Brazil, we have like some wine. I would say like from the US. What I think is overrated is like the Camus Cabernet
Yeah.
Sauvignon. I mean, it is a good wine, but there's so much sugar. Like, there's so much, and like 70,
Totally.
80, $90 here in New York, like $100. Oh, I don't know. For me,
Yeah.
it's too much. Like, you can get way better stuff, like for way less money. So,
Absolutely.
this
That's
is
We
super
something.
fair.
it's so funny that you say that because we haven't done the Camus on this show yet. We've done some of the some of their intro brands and labels, but that's kind of we reference that a lot in the same way. Something that's just grown so big in popularity that
Yeah.
maybe the mystique around it outweighs the actual quality of the wine at this point. And to your point, we're trying all these wonderful wines at a lower price point that are just, mind-blowingly good. So it's funny. We use that as an example of exactly that a lot on the show.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, I mean, they have like amazing wines too. Like, but
Sure,
the yellow label one that everybody wants
sure.
to like. Definitely, like it's something it's a little overrated for me.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, no, I
That's
mean
a
it's like
great,
it's any
great
company
take.
once it
Yeah.
becomes so big, and now there's so many versions, and they're hitting so many price
Exactly.
points.
And now
Like
they
I
have
can't.
the brown label, like that is California, it's not Napa
Right,
Valley.
right. It's like I can't just trust the brand. I think it's so awesome, and we should stay like this is the one thing you all make right now, right? It is.
Right.
It is. Bom
Yeah,
Dia makes this
yeah.
sparkling wine in a bottle and a can, and that's
Again,
it. And
exactly.
that's and I love that. I think that do you have like future plans to branch out, or are you just like we're gonna crush this?
No, we're gonna like we have plans for next year, but probably like just a rosé sparkling. It's
That's
complementary,
what I
like
thought. Yeah,
so like you're already
Totally.
selling like in I don't know, like we have like 200 and something stores. Like it's gonna be easy to say, oh, we also have the rosé now.
right.
Like so we
Absolutely.
pretty much like
Similar bottle, just with a pink hue.
yeah,
You can just keep the whole.
different paint, like something like calls attention also, but one besides the other are gonna be like nice to have both.
Yes,
Great idea. Yeah, I love
excellent,
that.
wonderful.
Look forward to that for sure.
So I mean, we loved hearing about you and the story and your wine. And now let's go into the best part, which is trying this out. Yeah. So, is it okay if we try to see what we get on the nose and whatnot first,
Of
and
course,
then
please, please, please.
you can let us know if we botched anything.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course, of course. Please.
Tastes like wine.
little more nerve wracking when the winemaker is here watching us do this.
I know, like, oh, is that white flowers? And the winemaker's like, no, it's
No,
not.
not at all.
Like, sorry.
I mean, I don't know, like this for me, like it's so difficult. Like I feel like so many different stuff. I think it's pretty much like what you grow with. Like so, oh, if you like used to
Yeah,
like eat a lot of passion fruit during when you were a kid, like or growing, like you're
for
definitely gonna feel
sure.
like more passion fruit than me, you know? Like so,
Thank you.
yeah,
For sure.
Or if you're like
Absolutely.
me and you only ate waffles, you
yeah.
don't know what anything is. So like, great. Colin, why don't you start us off, and then Joel jump in after.
Yeah, for sure. Some really nice citrus right off the nose is what I get. And then this traditional method sparkling wine, right?
No, this
Is
is
what this
Sharma
is?
method. Sharma method.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and the thing,
Very
and
nice.
people usually think that it's traditional, but we want to
Yeah,
sharm up to be like more fruit forward, like and have the better acidity. So we
sure.
use sharma, but most of the people like whenever they like put in the nose, they think that it's traditional. Yeah,
Because there's almost like a bready note to it, which is why
100%.
I thought traditional.
yeah,
So the fact that that's in there and it's Sherman or tank method is super interesting.
Yeah. It's so funny because when we before you joined on, Antonio, we were having little sips, and I was like, oh, I feel like this has seen some time on the lees, and because for the same exact reason, because there was like just that kind of that breadiness that you usually see with a little bit of that. So that's so interesting. Makes me even more excited. And then two, just yeah, definitely citrusy, definitely the tropical notes. I think that pineapple, especially for me, peeking through here. And then I would just like to say too, such tiny bubbles. I love to see the bubbles, and they're just very, very delicate.
Which
very
again is
tiny.
surprising for tank method.
Right.
Usually you got
Right.
you think prosecco, you got giant bubbles. These are definitely closer to the traditional
Yeah.
method bubbles than they are tank method.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I just want to name. I don't have the fancy nose that these guys do. I just wanted to point out that as soon as we opened it and gave it a pour, like one of my first reactions was like, this just smells nice. Sometimes you get that over. Especially with prosecco or some other sparklings, you kind of get that over sweet smell as soon as you pour, and this just had like just a nice bouquet as soon as I'm getting better. I'm getting better, guys. It just and it was well balanced and really thoughtful. Antonio, what did we miss? What would you want people to know about your wine?
I think you guys nailed actually. Like it's
Yes.
pretty much this. Like it's tropical. Like we wanted like this to be like something that you can like smell like from far from the glass. You can see like from here. Like you can
Yeah.
start to smell like all this tropicality.
Definitely.
There's some like yellow flowers in it, like some like and passion fruit. I feel a lot of passion fruit, but maybe it's not so common to a lot of people. Like some pears, like green apples. But yeah, yeah, I think you guys nailed.
Excellent. We're getting better. We're getting better.
I love the passion fruit now that you say it because it was definitely tropical. Like Aaron, I think you said tropical, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Joel said it, but I was thinking it.
Yeah.
Okay. Joel said tropical. I think is a great call because it's definitely way more tropical than most sparkling wine, or at least what I was expecting out of a sparkling wine. So
yeah.
really delightful on the nose.
Now,
Thank you.
I am gonna say as we sip this, I am gonna open my can. I'm not a
Nice.
complete lush tonight, or I'm not trying to be, but I know my wife is gonna drink most of this bottle. I don't know if Joel saw it, but like a hand came down from the bottom of the screen and took the bottle for a minute. Did you see
I
it?
miss it. I love when
I
that
miss
happens,
it.
and I love to catch
Yeah.
it, but I totally
She
missed it this time.
she has a friend over, so I text her. I'm like, you're gonna want to steal a little bit of this, and like the bottle just kind of floated out of the picture for a minute. So, but I'm curious, because we've talked about just like the little different experience of drinking out of a can. Also to note, people, once again, wine out of a can is not a beer. What one can is like 1/3 of a bottle,
Yeah,
right?
and we write here like you can see like one can like we do
Whoa.
Yes, yes,
we
yes.
write and we drill like to people make sure because people we're gonna buy a 4 pack and drink like okay it's like one
Like,
bottle and
see
one
ya.
third yeah yeah see
Yeah.
you
So
tomorrow
smart. I didn't notice that you
Yeah.
had that on there. That's awesome.
Well, that's actually how I think
yeah
about it. So you sell them in a 4-pack, right? And
yeah yeah
I think the pricing. I know I got I got the Penn Station
yeah
tax a
yeah
little bit
yeah.
more expensive. But what does a bottle in a 4-pack normally run folks out of a normal store?
No, normally runs like from 1999, but goes like from 1999 and up to 35, depending. It ranges a lot. Like mostly in New
Yeah,
York. Like in New York, goes from like 1999 and up to like 35 in some stores. So depend a lot
yeah,
where you're buying. Like there's a
yeah.
lot of
The
like
the, the Penn Station was 35. That being said, Totally
Yeah,
worth
yeah,
it. Totally
yeah,
worth
yeah, yeah. Look,
it.
I mean, they have their airport effect. Like, it's the train
It's
station, but it's the
exactly
airport effect. So, like,
right, because
yeah,
you can. For those that don't know, you can drink on the trains. So
yeah,
people swing through the, especially with the cans. The cans were being sold
exactly.
individual because you can
Brilliant.
grab a can and go take a seat on the train. And
Yes.
like I said, like super
close.
lucky to bump into David because that's such a good spot to get your product out there. But anyways,
Yeah.
I won't keep taking us off the good part, which is tasting this. But
Yeah,
cheers,
like, let's go. No.
Cheers.
Joel.
I mean, just again, I'm blown away by how it has a little bit of a breadiness in there, and just like a very it smells so crisp and and nice, and it is crisp and nice, but it's got some body too there, and what a profile that I would typically associate with something that's been sitting for a little bit. So it's just it's impressive. But taste wise, I think we called out a lot of the awesome flavors and fruits here.
We did a sparkling wine out of a can. I want to say like a year and a half ago, and we didn't trash it. It was we gave it a very specific. I would drink this maybe in a very particular situation, but it was kind of sticky and like overly sweet and like this is delicious. Like this is
Thank
just
you.
like seltzers are so popular right now, and cracking this open and drinking it to me it has like a very similar. It's just crisp, and maybe it's just my brain, like the carbonation, quote unquote, opening out of a can. And it's so refreshing, so crisp, so tasty. Like this is something that I would now want to drink on a picnic or at a beach or something like that because it's just working really well in this. And at the same time, like out of the glass, it's just very fresh. You get all those tropical flavors that we kind of named on the nose, as well as like that just like really nice bready, sparkling wine flavor to it, and none of that kind of like over sweetness or stickiness that you get from like prosecco and things like that. And then when you name the $20 ish price point, that I think is just a really really smart way to get in that place in the market where like normally people have to settle for prosecco or cheap American sparkling wine that isn't of the same quality. I'm sorry, I did the thing Joel hates, and I kind of went into my review already. But
That's okay. I wasn't gonna call you out.
But yeah, like we decided like to price point on this like 20-ish, like because we think like it's a good spot to be like a little above, depending on the store, depending on the region, but a little above Prosecco. There are some Prosecco's that are more expensive, but way lower than Champagne.
yeah,
And that's like, and what I do the most now is like doing tastings in all the stores. Like I do a lot of, I already did two in Pain Station. It's amazing, like how many people pass through there. Like, and almost everyone like wants to buy at least a can, because like they
Sure.
like it a lot. They want to show to their friends. They want to do something different. So yeah, we are very worried about like to have like the same liquid in cans and bottles
Yeah.
because it's so difficult to find like a good wine at all, like, but sparkling wine is even more difficult to find in can that is like nice. So
yeah.
we took a lot of care of the cans because we knew that people would like to have the cans are easy, like to picnics, as you said, like to go to the beach, to go to the park, so easy
Yeah.
to carry around, like, and that's why like we focus a lot of that on that, put a lot of
Well,
effort on it.
what would you pair with this if you were going to pair this with a food? What would you pair it with?
I don't know, like I love Japanese food, so like raw food
Hey,
for me, raw fish would do amazing. I already pair like with raw fish. Uh, chicken wings. Chicken wings
oh,
are
Wow.
really nice with this.
noted.
And also like if you want something more traditional, oh, I'm gonna go full Brazil. I would say like feijoada. That is like
Uh huh.
I don't know how to say it in English, but it's pretty much like a black bean stew with rice and like pork meat.
Oh yeah.
The pork meat is
Oh,
like a little fat, so like the bubbles breaks a little bit the fatness of the meat.
That
So
sounds
it's
amazing.
amazing. If you want to try, like there's a Brazilian restaurant that has
That
Bom
sounds
Dia and
amazing.
feijoada here in New York.
oh,
For
nice.
you, it's gonna
Nice.
be amazing.
So on this show, when we talk about wine, we don't like giving numbers because numbers are boring and they don't mean anything after a certain point. Everyone has number systems and it's 93 points, 90 points, no one cares. So wine's about experience, wine's about who you want to drink with. So for us on the show, it's a drain wine, don't drink it. It is a backup wine, meaning like if you have to, like I guess. It's a casual sipper, which is a wine that might not be the best wine in the world, but if you like it, whatever, just drink it. It's, it's fine.
Exactly.
It's a must share, which is a wine that is not only you might like drinking it, but it's good and you should feel confident sharing it with other people. And then all of us have a wine fridge, which only gets 3 spots in it. And it's our absolute favorite wines of all time. And when we find a new favorite wine, we have to take the old wine out. And that's always sad. Joel switches out wines from his wine fridge on a weekly basis at this point. So, so that's where we land because wine's about, who you're drinking it with or where you're drinking it. It's not about some
Definitely.
number. Joel, why'd you get started, bud?
Yeah, but did they like it? It's time for the review.
This is 100% an absolute must share. I'm enjoying this so much. Not only is it, our first time doing a Brazilian wine, which is crazy. This is episode 105 or 6, something like that. And we haven't done, any Brazilian wine, which shame on us. And to be jumping in and going right into bubbles, I think is really cool. And then just to have the really, really amazing experience that we had with this. We talked about, I always love when, we keep going back to different things that we're finding and, being shocked by this profile or that. And I think we had a little bit of all of that on this one. We mentioned the couple of things that we would love to eat with this. And, between all of that and the fact
I would love
that
to be here for that.
it is incredibly refreshing. I want to drink this by the pool on the beach, but also could drink this, in a restaurant, in an elegant situation. Just so cool, so versatile, and just so enjoyable. So absolute must share from me, and looking forward to drinking more of this.
Awesome.
Excellent. Colin?
Yeah, this wine is freaking awesome. Is how I'll start this. It's just so tasty, and I don't know what you guys talked about, so I might be
Go nuts.
repeating some stuff here. But like Joel said, it's so refreshing. I feel like this is what people want Prosecco to be. It's a lot more fun than Prosecco is. Prosecco's so like one note a lot of the time, but this is just exploding with those tropical flavors and the citrus. It's really well balanced. So this is a must share for me. I mean, no brainer. Like Joel said, get me a can of this, get me by a pool. Tailgating. I think another can of this at a tailgate would just be incredible.
Dangerously.
Absolutely. So yeah, I just want to keep drinking it. Honestly, it's just one of those wines where you just want to just keep drinking it because it's so damn tasty. So a must share for me.
Nice. This is going in my wine fridge. I
was hoping so.
Oh, awesome.
Dude, I'm freaking loving this. I'm accidentally double fisting it. Like I didn't. This was not my intention tonight.
Accidentally, come on.
Oh, hey,
Honest
twist
here,
my
man.
arm. No, seriously, Colin, you have the list. What's in my wine fridge? I gotta take something out. But like Antonio, honestly, man, and I'm not doing this just because you're here because we have folks on the show all the time, and we don't, have we put recently one in a wine fridge that when the winemaker's been on the show?
I don't
think so.
Yeah.
It's so good, so tasty, and I would be lying to myself to be like I'm not just really enjoying this right now. Like this is very good, and like knowing the price point and value is important, right? Because we've talked about wines that are tasty, but if it's a $70 bottle, like it's not going to be something I go back to all the time. But this is, it has great value. It's delicious. It's fun. I can get it in New York and New Jersey. Sorry, guys. So, like, if I'm being honest with myself.
I can send you more, guys.
Hey.
Hey, all right.
But yeah, it's just really good. So this is going in my wine fridge, and this will definitely be something that I am grabbing when I see it, grabbing when it's available, and sharing it with other people. I will happily join the cause, Antonio, and spread the good word.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You guys have like done the work, and you're making a really good product, and that deserves to be shouted out.
Thank you so much, guys. Like, this is the most important part. Like, people should enjoy drinking, like, and people drinking together. That is something that we want to share. Like, this is like actually like what makes the experience very like I wouldn't say like 100%, but like this is we're gonna remember where we were drinking. You're gonna remember that we were
Yeah.
doing the podcast, like, or you're gonna
Yes.
remember you were in the park, like drinking with like your friends. So like, this is pretty much like what most matter for us.
Absolutely.
100%. And this is so much fun. And like, we're gonna play a game before we let you go. But like when you launch that rosé, the sparkling rosé, like we'd love to have you right back on here.
Oh my god.
Awesome, for sure.
And talking about it, because once again, when we know a product's good, when we know a winemaker is doing the right thing, we want to make sure that we're supporting that.
Of course, I would be more than happy to. And then whenever you guys comes from Florida to New York, we definitely need to go like to Berimbau, the Brazilian restaurant, so we
That sounds
can
awesome.
have a Brazilian food with Brazilian sparkling wine. And
Yes, that sounds perfect.
All right, so Antonio, before we let you go, we play a game on this show called PiNope or Chardonnay. We're very clever people, and the way this
that's cool.
the way this works is we give you a wine situation,
Mhm.
and we ask PiNope or Chardonnay. PiNope means like I'm not down with
Into
that.
that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not into that. And Chardonnay being like, hell yeah. So I thought of escalating situations right now. We'll see how far we can go with our bubbles.
And it's the two grapes that our wine is made of, so it makes sense. Even more
Absolutely.
sense.
There,
Yeah.
hey,
There you
oh yeah, there it is. God, this is perfect for you. Fantastic. So, some people have strong feelings about wine in a can. I think your wine is perfect for it. I would understand if someone would not want to drink a Cab Franc out of a can. And so, but what about, and we'll go around rapid fire, what about drinking bubbles out of a red Solo cup by the pool? Pinot or Chardonnay?
Chardonnay for me. Like, why not? Like, you're by the pool. Like, you cannot have a glass there. You can have the can. I prefer you could drink in the can, but like,
There you go.
red cups is
Excellent
fine. If
product
you,
placement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you-
for sure. I mean, the situation's right for it by the pool.
Okay.
yeah.
Red Solo cup.
Well,
for
let's
sure.
escalate the
Chardonnay.
lack of bouginess. It's hot outside, so how do you feel about people adding ice to their bubbles in a red Solo cup by the pool?
Nope, that's too much.
Cross the red line in the sand.
It's good. Like, even a little warm is good. So like, it's fine.
A little warm better than a little watered down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's Pinopes all around.
Yeah.
Pinopes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
no, not throwing ice. on anything.
Someone hands you your bubbles in a red Solo cup. There's already ice. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And there's a straw. Are you drinking it out of the straw, or are you ditching the straw?
Ditching the straw. I don't even drink water in the straw. So
Totally. Now, if they
Yeah.
said that's the only way that I could drink it, at this point it's already iced down. It's there. I might as well. I'll do it. But PiNope.
So if the choice is between no bubbles or bubbles with a straw, it's bubbles
Yes.
with a straw.
yeah.
Correct.
You'll
That's a
break your no
lot
straw
of
rule.
qualifiers. Yeah, exactly.
I'm more offended by the ice than the bubbles.
Yeah, for
though.
sure, for
Like,
sure.
I mean,
The
than
The
the
straw, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
me
like,
too.
The ice is gonna ruin it more so.
So if
than
it
the
was
straw
just
would.
bubbles, no
Otherwise-
ice, and someone was like straw, you'd be like, sure.
Is it a
Yeah,
crazy
why not?
straw?
Yeah,
Then the
it goes
straw.
around. Actually, goes around your glasses, into your mouth. Yeah, it goes.
We're gonna do like, because we're gonna do some, like, we're using our communications capybaras. We wanna do a wine stopper to giving tastings of a capybara. Maybe a capybara straw. Like, why not?
Yes, there you go.
100%.
Perfect.
Down. Chardonnay.
Absolutely.
Chardonnay stamp of approval from the Stop Wasting Wine podcast. 100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Antonio, it was so fun having you on the show. Love having you. Love learning about your story, and love that the wine that you make is awesome.
Amazing.
So,
Like-
Yeah, thanks for sharing it with us.
no, thank you guys. It was like so nice, like meeting you guys all. Like, I met Aaron, but like just like for a few minutes, and now like talking to you. Like, I'm waiting for you guys to come up to New York.
Got more people pestering you guys, so now you got to do it. I've been
now
down to
we'll
Orlando
do
a
it.
bunch.
Been asking for a year, and we've been kind of like on the fence. But now, now that you asked, I'm coming. I'm booking my ticket tonight. Let's go.
Awesome.
Jackasses. All right, before we let you go, Antonio, where would you like our listeners to go? Where can they find your product? Where can they, interact with you? Yes.
On Instagram, Bom Dia Bubbles. You can like see like there's like 4 links. One is our website. You can send emails. I'm gonna respond it. And there are also like where to find us in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Wyoming. So like you can see all the stores that we have placements on. And also like if you DM us, like please, like I'll be more than happy to answer. And we like love feedbacks too, like whatever you
Sure.
can do better or anything like this. Like it's awesome, like to interact with other people, like that likes wine, like and the it's the best place. The best part of it is like to share, like as we were saying. So like I hope that everybody try and share their thoughts with me.
Absolutely. My thoughts are this should come in a bigger
Fantastic.
bottle. Like that's.
Yeah, Magnum, why not?
Yeah.
I'm sold. Awesome. Everyone, incredible episode. Huge thanks to Antonio for coming on the show.
Yes.
Check out Bom Dia Bubbles. So good. Can't recommend it enough. Apparently coming to a state near you very soon. Antonio's going to close his eyes and pick the next state. Very cool. Colin, if folks want to interact with our show, where should they go?
Yeah, sure. Check us out on the Instagram is really the best place to find us.
It is.
Aaron's over there doing his thing, and our fun new email address is cheers@stopwastingyourwine. So feel free to reach out there. Cheers. And email it. And that's really the best two places to get it.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
And
Bye.
remember, stop wasting your wine.
Bye.
Bye.